What up, guys? Today I'm gonna bring you my favorite COD. Actually, more like top three, and I'll get into detail with them. But starting with number three, I would have to say would be BO2. You might be a little surprised by this, like why wouldn't Ghost be there or something like that, or Modern Warfare 2? And I'm thinking of this as competitive too. It's not just gonna be pubs and everything. But BO2, I like for the fact I didn't play that much competitive on it. I only usually play Elite Play, but that was mostly the same rules, and it's the same everything mostly. But with that, I liked it. It brought me into competitive, and I think that's what I liked the most about BO2. The weapons, they're mostly all balanced, and I love that apart about that game. Mostly, you always see people using different weapons in the game, and you see all this and this different things, and they all work. It's because it's just the way you use the gun, or something like that. Whatever you use them, and then you got to think about the maps too in BO2. Yeah, it's standoff and what are the other maps? I can't recall them right now, but standoff and all those maps are just, I think those are the most equally proportioned maps I've seen, and that's what I liked about all these games that are my top three. All the maps are like mostly equally proportioned. There's some that are a little bigger, some that are a little smaller than every other map, but I think the maps in BO2 were probably the best out of every single map there are. Next would be Call of Duty Ghosts. Now everyone's probably gonna be surprised about this, and you probably know what my number one is already off of this. But Ghosts was just for the fact that the weapons did what they did. Same like in BO2. If you had an M8A1 or a Remington, you sit back, do anchor like that weapon class should be doing. They're playing their role. As then the SMGs would just go out and slay like crazy and do what they need to do. Yeah. And then everyone said in Ghost that wasn't really what was happening. I beg to differ, but that's my personal opinion. I feel like the Remingtons, AR Slayers were the most prominent in Ghost. They were the ones who had to do most of the work, I feel, because anyone could use a Vector, go around, hit fire around a corner, and easily win the gunfight. And I think if the ARs did what they did, protect them, it made a good game. And you always saw 1v4 clutches, 1v3 clutches on there, and all these sick plays. And I think that's what brought it to number two, was the clutch factor you could have on Ghosts. I think was more than likely one of my more favorite clutch factors there are. And the maps on BO2, they were okay. I didn't really like Octane that much, but every other map I liked a lot. Sovereign was my most favorite for the fact that's the clutch map I call it. Each game has a clutch map. And Standoff was BO2's. Recovery is AW's, and that Sovereign is Ghosts. And for that fact, I think it's just because all those have different ways you can run. You could, in Standoff, you can run through Brown and go through Laundry or something like that. Whatever all the callouts are, I don't really recall all of them. But on AW's Recovery, you could go through Yellow and then sneak around A Street, or go through Cave and go to top jungle and then flank back around and just juke everybody out using your exosuit. And I think that's what brought AW for my number one spot too, is the use of exo abilities, exo maps. Maps was another thing, and weapons is iffy, but weapons, okay, I'll explain why weapons are iffy. Is for the fact that sorry, my throat's getting a little dry. Non-stop speaking is pretty hard for me. I've never done this that much. But the weapons are iffy because in COD Ghost and in BO2, I've been saying the weapons are supposed to do their job. And in AW, you can see this here and there with the bow sitting back, just keeping spawns. But in BO2, it was more prominent. Same with Ghosts, and same with the SMGs. Like, you can see the ASM-1 doing its job, going around, getting all the kills it needs, slaying out. But I really feel like the bow can do the exact same thing if you just use the bow correctly. And that's why I think the weapons are iffy. But other than that, the maps, I love the maps on AW. Actually, I think Recovery is probably my most favorite map. Compare right beside Sovereign and Recovery. Best maps I think ever made by COD anytime in the world that would go above any other map. And then EXO, I think that was a genius idea to add an EXO and make it so you could do all different types of things and juke out players. And I think that's what brought the clutch factor recovery so much, is for that fact that you can just EXO around, juke people out, same in capture the flag and uplink and all that. You just juke them out and you get that point like you need to. And I think that's what was really cool about that game, is you could juke people out. And then the EXO abilities, I think that was a smart idea to implicate dead silence, because they said they wouldn't be having dead silence except for that. Nades, that's cool. It pops out of your arm and shoots the nades and all that. And I think AW is just an overall solid game, and that's why I vote as #1 on my list. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment your favorite COD below. Sorry that I ramble on here and then. I'm trying to get used to more of this COD speaking, or YouTube speaking, whatever. But yeah, tell me your favorite COD below. Please subscribe, like this video, and be sure to check out all my videos and my Twitter at PrimeU with 3 Ys. And I'll see you guys later.